Hey everyone, it's TCG Tacos here. We're here with Andy Carmona, also known as the Purple Baron, and this man has presenting his L3 deck.
There's an L3, L3, L3.
L3 deck.
There you go, there you go.
All right, Andy. So tell us what we're working with here.
Okay, so I definitely went with the Ice Lightning route since it seems to be very popular, and I figured in L3, nothing really changes, right? You just kind of just lose some of the searchers and previous opuses, but what we just concentrate on is just the main concept of Sephiroth and Lightning, right? So we want to abuse that, and in L3 you do have access to the Black Mage package still, and it makes sense to just use those in those colors because they work really well, right? So we kind of just go over, we have the triple Lightning, the triple Sephiroth. I mean, you can see the threes up, right? They're all up here, triple Theodore, and we're just like, if we can do the heavy discard, which is great, that's fine. But what we really want to do is just control the board to the point that your opponent doesn't have any forwards on the field at all, or if they have something that the Ixion and the Black Mages can't handle, then we try to work with the Dolan Freeze and stuff like that. But we do have some tech cards. But so far, okay, so these are the forwards. We do have some tech choices, right? So the Hooded Man, what we want to do with that guy is just kind of like reactivate our backups when we're all pretty much established so that we can use Lightning's effects more. And let me see here. So we're running, I would say what, 10? No. So we have 9 EX bursts, so it's low on the EX burst count 10, right? So it's not too bad. You're not quite relying on the burst, but you are relying on the recursion of the Black Mage stuff, right? So like if you're running in a pinch where you haven't been able to just kind of like set a discard plan, you kind of just go with the Black Mage plan, which is really good. Cool combos of the deck that I found very interesting were the Spectral Keeper, because it plays well with the Sephiroth and the Lightning. The second you enter combat, you're going to be able to duel something with the Spectral Keeper's ability without hindering its... Well, there's no Ama in L3, right? So whatever, you can just play it, right? But when you're on damage 3 and you can make this sucker a forward, you can duel 2 things, and Lightning usually can just take care of that stuff, right? So you no longer have to use her CP when she's attacking to duel something. Spectral's already taking care of that. She's just the MVP of the deck, right? Everything else kind of lends their strength to Lightning. That's why we wanted to play the Hooded Man. Also because I own the full arts, I want to play Hooded Man. The backups are quite simple as well. I do prioritize the Unalesca because if we can proc the Unalesca while the Whis is out in the field with the Biblos, we are getting dual freezes on forward and a character, so it's pretty awesome. Pretty much it's just a straightforward, aggressive plan. We did go up against, I don't remember much, but I do remember Wind, and Wind, we just kind of just like unga-boogered our hand out onto the field and just keep forcing the discard, right? So anything that just takes any sort of setup plan, we just kind of just brute forced our way into victory by just going heavy on the discard and relying heavily on the Black Mage stuff just to kind of like recur our hand and make sure we have something to play. But overall, just having the monsters out with the Lightning and the Sephiroth just works really well. This pair together is great, and I definitely recommend anybody who has these cards, try it out. It's really fun.
Cool. After trying it out, any changes you would make to the deck, or?
Probably mess with the summons because although the Ixions were fine, I'm not so immune to them because I do have the 3 drops, right? If I need to go super nuke with the Ixion, but because your main players are the 4 drops, right? Boom, boom, boom. The Ixion it doesn't hit them. So you can quite, like anybody who wants to go like super aggressive, something like that, so it's a really great card. But as far as for L3, I don't know if I'll change much. I mean, these are my wiggle room, right? You have the Gilgamesh, you have the Hooded Man. These are things that you're just kind of just pushing for game, right? Because you're dual freezing, because you're just dueling and getting stuff out of the way, you do have access to quite a bit of more of the haste stuff. So if you were to slow it down and prioritize more on just like a more heavier discard and less aggression, you could do, like that's your wiggle room, right? Here, even the Black Mage package, and even the monsters you can just mess with. And that's pretty much it.
Cool. Okay. So I mean that's it for your deck. What are your thoughts on L3 so far?
I love it, man. I was just discussing it with one of the locals here. So we've been playing Standard for a long time, right? We kind of we understand it. Meaning like things can only get so refined, right? The infinite amount of card pool, with the whole card pool in Access minus the things that are banned, you want to like switch it up. And I feel like limiting the card pool really lets you kind of like experiment without deriving too far and still keeping like a core concept, if that makes any sense. And I just think like, for me personally, it's so much easier to just put a deck together. Like this was a no-brainer to put the 1-drops in there just because it's consistent, not because it does anything else, right? Like the new 1-drop backups that the Opus 18 brings. And that's pretty much it. Right now, I'm just kind of like, I need a break from that many cards. If I can just concentrate on just 3, it'll be easier on my brain, on my wallet, and on my deck building time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, bro. And any last shout outs you want to do?
Well, shout outs to your channel, the TCG Tacos, and the stream. Also, Evil Tempest is also here in the locals, so check them out if you want to check out our team's podcast, which is should be coming out with a new episode soon. I don't know when. And pretty much the whole community for just sticking around, staying with us, watching the content, and just enjoying the game all together. This one's for you.
All right, man. Thanks for your time, man.
Thanks.
We'll see you on the next episode. Oh, well, next thing, whatever. Bye.